A lot of you guys look at your own goals and self-sabotage against your own goals, but when it comes to a man, you would gladly move mountains to satisfy him, to prove yourself to him. This is your life. Prove yourself to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I signed up for this. Yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that no matter how I feel, no matter what the mood is today, we are going to show up as her. And as you push through daily, this will become a natural part of your lifestyle. This will become so natural that you now know, I don't give up that easily. I don't give in that easily. I can say no without feeling guilty. I can set boundaries without feeling guilty. I can be a student and learn from my mentors and my teachers. And hello, beautiful people. I'm on my way to the gym and I had something to share with you. Listen, so many women are not becoming their own dream woman. As your big sister and maybe little sister to someone needs to tell you this, because a lot of you guys are spending a lot of time watching glow up videos, level up videos, and doing the complete opposite. Y'all know I'm running challenges all year, and right now I'm in challenge number 2. I do weekly check-ins for my clients, and I'm very straightforward. So to a specific client, I had told her, hey girl, it's week 3, I'm not seeing any results. And she was like, honestly, I've been doing my own thing. Honestly, I have been doing my own thing. So what did you sign up for? A lot of you guys end up spending so much money. My program wasn't a lot of money, but you spend your own hard-working money just to do the opposite, just to self-sabotage. She was like, girl, I was doing my own thing and I noticed that I actually was gaining more weight, more body fat, gaining the weight that we don't want. I produce results. I know what I'm supposed to see in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. I've been doing this for 10 years. So I was like, girl, I'm not seeing results. And I appreciate that she was honest with me. She was like, hey, coach, I have not been following your plan. I have not been following your meal plan. I have been eating what I want to eat. Mine is very straightforward, very simple. You can make recipes. My training as well, very straightforward. However, it doesn't matter what your teachers, your mentors, your parents, someone that's looking out for your best interest or skilled in the field that can help you gives you, it doesn't really matter. It's honestly up to you. You as the person that truly wants this transformation, that change, it is up to you to follow the plan, to follow through, to ask questions, to try. I was like, so you notice that you're doing your own thing and you're gaining a bunch of weight. I can't really give you any more advice aside from I'm giving you the structure and I'm giving you the opportunity to get the remainder of your results in the next 3 weeks and follow the plan. You're overeating in fats, and this is the number. You're eating items that I don't even recommend. This is what I recommend. A whole variety of what you can enjoy to eat, but you would rather follow your own plan. This is the portion size of your fruits. This is what is going to work for you without starving yourself, without being unhappy, but we want to be disobedient. I'm sure our parents have warned us, stay away from this, abstain from sex, abstain from alcohol, abstain from cannabis, and we do it anyways. And we find out the hard way when we're making the decisions on our own. I have also experienced in my life where I have done so many things out of disobedience for God's will, of what he wants for my life, what he probably wants in your life, but we do the opposite until we find out how much it hurts. We find out the consequences. We find out that we're waking up at 30 years old, 40 years old, 60 years old. You're unhappy with your life. You're unfulfilled. You have a bunch of people around you that are toxic. You don't like your life. and you're wondering, why is my life like this? Because we go and do the opposite that self-sabotages the dream life that you could have, the dream body that you could have. I have another client, and my girls, they do their check-in forms and they're honest. Honesty is so important in a relationship and in mentorships with yourself. It is so important to be honest and call yourself out and be like, hey, I messed up and this is where I need help. How can I solve this problem that I can't seem to solve on my own, and I keep running into the same error? And so my client was like, I meal prepped for my meal prep ran out closer to the end of the week, and I was too tired to go and meal prep again. So I ended up ordering takeout. Girl, you just self-sabotage the progress. If it was one meal, it wouldn't hurt, but you ate out for the remainder of the days that you did not have meal prep for. Are you kidding me? So all of the hard work that you've done for the last 4 days, Monday to Thursday, has gone out the window because you were not setting yourself up to just meal prep twice a week, which I recommend twice a week, to set yourself up for the remainder of those days. And to also schedule in rest periods. It takes about 1 hour. Girl, I multitask. When I'm about to eat my meal, I'm out there cooking my zucchini. If I know that my turkey, my ground turkey is running low, I pop it out, I start cooking it up while I'm warming up my dinner. I multitask on the tasks that are going to add to me. Some of y'all multitask doing absolutely nothing, being on the phone, scrolling on your phone, watching TV, when you could be multitasking, doing tasks that actually are going to get you closer to your dream body, your dream goals, your financial goals, your spiritual goals, your mental goals, your overall health goals. In life, you have to do the hard things. You have to do the things that test you, test your resilience, test your faith, test your grace, test your patience. You have to do the hard things. We're not always going to be in the mood. If anything, we're usually on the spectrum of not in the mood. Like, today, I need motivation. Today, this is what's going on. My mood is here, emotional state is here. But trust me, y'all, once you get more in tune with yourself, you will be way more responsible with your emotional state and your moods. Your moods and your emotional state will no longer control you. You will now start to operate on, this is the life that I want. And these are the non-negotiables for the day. And these are the non-negotiables that I need to show up for no matter what. Because even if I don't want to, the world continues without you. The world will continue without you. But you need to remain purposeful to your mission. We're going to come across hard seasons, hard days, hard moments, questionable days, fearful moments, doubtful moments. Honey, you are going to be tested in so many ways. When your mentors, your teachers, or someone who is in a position that is further than you, or has something that you desire, has something that you would want to acquire in your life, that you would want to attain in your life, whether it's transforming your physique, becoming stronger, feeling sexy and confident in your body, having more emotional strength and toughness, or having financial freedom, or just many abilities. Whenever you are given the opportunity to be around those kind of people, that kind of influence, that kind of impact, it's so important to get around those people, ask questions, and do things with the answer. Try and see how you can apply it and integrate it into your life. It's just like the Bible. The Bible is a standard. It's a foundation to peace, love, prosperity, happiness, right? But we do the opposite. And as you get closer to God, you get to understand his will of your life. You get to see that he's been protecting you from what you are going to experience in the world. And when you continue to choose based on your own understanding, you continue to choose based on, this is how I feel and this is how I'm gonna go about it, you will get to a point in life where you are gonna see that your goals take a lot longer because you wanted to be disobedient, stubborn, and prideful. There have been moments in my life where I've just had too much pride or too much ego, and that truly got me nowhere. Whether it was in relationships, who else can agree? And whether it was in friendships, whether it was just a disagreement that I was too prideful to put my pride to the side. And you end up losing out on some good people or some good opportunities, or really just benefiting from the redirection. A lot of the times, even when God redirects you, because I've had a redirection from God. When my breakup happened and my father passed away, I had options. I could quickly self-sabotage. You have options to get closer to God and to seek more, to find a mentor and have more guidance and clarity, to seek out therapy so that you have better guidance once again, or you can do it your own way. In this life, I've mentioned before in my videos, you have to remain a student. You have to remain learning. And when you sign up under mentorship or leadership, you need to follow through. Isn't this set so cute, guys? It's from Honor Active. I'm headed to the gym right now for a leg day. We're training glutes. This outfit, this fabric is buttery soft. But I was just thinking, so many women do not become their dream woman. They don't have the life they desire, the body that they desire. You continue to compare yourself to other women that are willing to do the hard, willing to sacrifice, willing to find out and follow through, and also integrate the tools and the tips into their life. You have to be a student and you have to learn. I had another client that she did challenge number 1 and was doing her own thing once again. In challenge number 1, we read the book, The Mountain Is You. Highly recommend. In challenge number 2, we read the book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Highly recommend. And Mel Robbins also has a chapter where she mentions you cannot force someone to change until they're ready. You cannot force anyone to do something until they want to do it. You cannot force someone into being who you want them to be until they want to be whatever they want to be for themselves. And that is what you have to accept from people. They have to make their own decisions, and based on their own decisions, you have to let them be. And so I let my clients be. I give them all the tools. I tell them what it is. And so I had a client and she was honest. And she was like, you know what, Shen, didn't do well in challenge number 1, but there's something that went off in me for challenge number 2. And finally, we're starting to see results. Finally, she's following the meal plan. Finally, she's going to the gym. She's trying new exercises. She tried the hip thrust machine. She's trying new ways of exercising, building strength, communicating, becoming more in touch with self, not relying on her husband. There's just so many things that she decided to do, finally take accountability and start doing in challenge number 2, that we are finally starting to see results. And so you cannot force yourself, you cannot force someone, and you cannot force your clients, you cannot force people. I cannot force you guys to want to become your dream woman. You can watch all the videos you want. You can watch all the amazing influencers and creators, and you can get all the tools from them. I share my personal experiences, my mistakes. I share my lessons, my failures, things that a lot of people would be ashamed of sharing, but I gladly share them with you so that you don't make those same mistakes. It's up to you to want the change for yourself. A lot of you guys are doing the complete opposite of what your dream woman would be doing. Your dream woman is not taking naps. Your dream woman is showing up to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and drinking her water, minding her business. She's financially independent. She knows she has good spending habits. She knows how to use her finances. She has resources. She has a great aura that radiates and captivates people in every room she walks into. But a lot of you guys are doing the complete opposite. You think less of yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You do the opposite of what your mentor is telling you. You shit on yourself. You self-sabotage through food, and then you ruin your progress. Or you just stop going. You stop staying the course because you're looking for instant results. And because you don't get those instant results, you start to self-sabotage. But let me say this last part. If it came to a man that you liked, if it came to a man where you're like, I want to be in a relationship with you, you're going to love me, a lot of you guys would do anything. Let's be honest. A lot of you guys would sacrifice your time, your money, your place, sacrifice yourself to prove yourself to a man so that he can take you seriously, so that he can love you, so that you can be that girl to him, the only one, even though he's playing in your face. I have been there twice. So I know this. I have been there many times. I've been on the side of being a pick-me, and it didn't get me nowhere. All right, ladies? So a lot of you guys look at your own goals and self-sabotage against your own goals, but when it comes to a man, you would gladly move mountains to satisfy him, to prove yourself to him. This is your life. Prove yourself to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I signed up for this. Yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that no matter how I feel, no matter what the mood is today, we are going to show up as her. And as you push through daily, this will become a natural part of your lifestyle. This will become so natural that you now know, I don't give up that easily. I don't give in that easily. I can say no without feeling guilty. I can set boundaries without feeling guilty. I can be a student and learn from my mentors and my teachers and my parents, right? Whether your parents are giving you good advice, you've got parents that also have shown you through their own example what you don't want to become, who you don't want to be. And that alone speaks volumes that you can just open your eyes and see, I don't want to repeat the same cycles. Maybe my parents couldn't teach me about healthy eating and they have diabetes. Let me do something differently to eat different for myself. Maybe my parents were very wild when they were younger. Maybe let me change the narrative. Let me break the cycle. Maybe my parents weren't financially stable and I see that they're constantly spending. Let me break the cycle. A lot of you guys have the examples in front of you of what you do not want, yet you strive for exactly what is opposite to your dream woman, to your desired life. Get clear about how she moves, what she eats, what she does, how she thinks, the mentors that are in her life, the books that she reads, the videos that she watches. I hope this all makes sense to you because this was not a planned video. I'm headed to the gym and I was like, you know what? I got to be so straight honest with y'all. A lot of you guys are not becoming your own dream woman because you overthink things. You overthink a little bit too much rather than doing the work. Again, when it comes to a man can promise you the world, but we like the men that show up, right? With action, babes. Stop falling head over heels over words. It's just like when you tell me that, oh, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to do that. Baby, I want to see action. Because with me, you're going to see action. Anything that I want, I'm going to go get. And I know that I have to push through the hard to get the life that I want. You have to go and do the hard things, even if you're tired, even if you don't want to, even if somebody broke your damn heart. Get up, because you would do that for a man. You would do it for a man. So if you can do it for a man, you can definitely start showing up for yourself. You can definitely do it for yourself. You can definitely commit to some goals that are going to get you further than continuing to self-sabotage. A lot of women are not going to become their dream woman, and you're just going to settle with, oh, it was too hard. Well, babe, the beautiful views at the top of the mountain, not everyone makes it to the top of the mountain because they decided by the time they got a quarter to a halfway that it was too hard. But if the man of your dreams, that fine ass man, was at the top of that mountain, baby, you would make it happen. Some way you would find a way to make it to the top. And a lot of you guys don't put yourself at the top of that pedestal. A lot of you guys don't put your goals, your dream life to the top of that pedestal. But you can put someone else above your goals, above your desire. So a lot of women are not going to become their own dream woman. You don't want it as bad. And especially when you've paid for a coach and you're doing the complete opposite. Why are you wasting your hard-earned money? For me, I don't like taking money from people that aren't going to do nothing. It's a waste of my time. But at the same time, you should see value in you paid for something. Show up. But I really appreciate the honesty because we were able to correct it for the next 3 weeks. But if you sign up to learn something, you should be all in, ready to just put paper to pen, hearing to action, not the opposite. A lot of people, when they don't see the results, they hide away, they cry, they get back to being so scared and fearful and doubtful, question God, question life, question reality, question people, doubt yourself, count yourself out, self-sabotage, go back into the toxic habits that are comforting in the moment, but you feel ashamed in the dark. You compare yourself on social media. You're so unhappy around people, just trying to play it like you're happy. But truthfully, you're ashamed that you haven't gotten even one step closer to your ideal dream woman, the life of your dreams, the desires of your heart. But you see that so many other people around you have it, or at least are close. There are people that have to strengthen their resilience. There are people that have to strengthen their toughness, their mental toughness, their emotional toughness. Know your triggers, know your traumas, know your temptation. There are people that have become aware of those things, and they now know, and they now have the power to stand above it, to rise up and say, no, I'm steadfast, I'm focused on where I want to go because this is how badly I want this change. And you know what? A lot of people don't want to change until it's too late. I remember when my ex was like, I need to go find myself. I was like, is there anything I can do? I'll do anything. I promise I'll do anything. And at that point, I was willing to literally do anything for him to stay with me. I was like, I'll do anything. I'll do, right. If you're going to get fired from a job, you're like, is there anything I can do? And at that point, that is when you want to change. However, you've been given more than 3 warnings. Show up on time. And then now you want to show up on time. Listen, don't wait till it's too late. Your doctors are like, oh, you have diabetes, or you have an incurable disease, or you have this going on, or this health concern. Y'all are waiting until it's too late. Or you lost your prime when this was your opportunity. This was your opportunity, but you just kept going right back to your comfort zone, right back to what you know. And clearly what you know is not getting you anywhere. What you know hasn't gotten you anywhere. What you know has constantly had you spiraling in a circle. Open your eyes, guys. Open your eyes. Have you been leaning on your own understanding? Have you been leaning on your own choices, your own decisions, your own comfort zone? The box, you put yourself in a box. Nobody else did it. You put yourself in a box for the bare minimum you've been giving to yourself, because only the bare minimum that you've been giving to yourself. And you know what the bare minimum is? When you wake up and you're like, damn, I am still not close. I'm not even close to it. The bare minimum that you have been giving yourself. You could be eating better. You could have more money. You could be saving more money or just using it to invest. But instead, you buy things you don't need. You continue to go buy fast food as well. And you are on a fitness journey to eat healthier, to set yourself up like a grown adult, to feel better about yourself, to have more energy and stamina. You know what to do. You know what your dream woman wants, but you overthink it. And the thing is, it's not that hard. The last thing here, one of my clients signed up with me one-on-one, and she's like, Shanna, I want to start YouTube. I want to restart my YouTube channel. I said, girl, let's go. So I gave her all the tips and tools, and weeks went by. She also was not following the plan. And let me tell you something. Let me be very honest. Within the first 4 to 6 weeks, it's really hard to follow through on any plan. A lot of my clients will tell you this. It took them, that's why you sign up for a 3-month program. It took them the 4th week to maybe the 6th week to be like, I'm ready. I'm getting it now. I'm ready. And because week by week, you're checking in every single week. And I'm like, girl, I'm looking, literally, we're both looking. But me as a coach, I can see that you're doing something off behind the scenes that I'm not aware of. And so I'm like, girl, when are you going to start posting? I've given you all the tools. I think my client now is celebrating 1,000 subscribers in less than 3 or 4 months. I gave her the tools and I said, somebody could give you all the tools. Somebody could give you the tips in the world that could change your life and make you a millionaire. It's until that person is ready, until you are ready, nothing is going to move. Go and take a chance. Go and follow through. Don't give up when you don't see instant results. Follow through on the plan. Follow through on the plan. The bottom is crowded. My exact client said this. The bottom is crowded, Shen. We no longer want to be at the bottom because the top is where the winners are at. And I'm so happy to see her winning, getting her subscribers. Her hard work is paying off and it's only going to get better. Baby, I know you're going to comment down below, Janelle. And baby, stay the course. And people are falling in love with her just for who she is. She didn't have to change. She didn't have to buy a wig. She didn't have to do nothing. She just had to follow the course and just find herself. Be herself. She also follows the routine that I gave her. You know, the gym, the training, the cardio, the eating, the making recipes, taking care of her son. You know what I mean? Everything your coach, your mentors, your leaders would tell you that she finally started doing and putting into practice. I tell my clients all about being the powerhouse, being the light, being the source of power and the foundation in your home, especially as a woman. When you have children or you're married, you are the queen of that home. So you need to take care of yourself so it radiates into your relationships, especially in your household. And so I got all my clients like, my man is just so obsessed with me, like overly obsessed, in love, just loving my new changes and who I'm becoming. It's just like, ooh. And I'm like, because you follow through on the plan of becoming the best version of yourself. Because clearly, when you were doing it alone and it was feeling more complicated than it should, you were running in circles, banging your head, dieting, under eating, overeating, binge eating, self-sabotaging, smoking, drinking, all the opposite things to the actual goal, making it so much more difficult for you to actually create your dream life. It's not that hard, ladies. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Comment your questions and your concerns down below, guys. I love you. By the time you see this video, I will be in China for business, but I'll also be celebrating my 31st birthday. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll see you guys in the next one.